My best friend is the man who in wishing me well wishes it for my sake. Education is the best provision for old age. Wit is educated insolence. A great city is not to be confounded with a populous one. We become just by performing just action, temperate by performing temperate actions, brave by performing brave action. The greatest virtues are those which are most useful to other persons. If one way be better than another, that you may be sure is nature's way. Character may almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. The least initial deviation from the truth is multiplied later 1,000-fold. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in deserving them. Without friends no one would choose to live, though he had all other goods. The duty of rhetoric is to deal with such matters as we deliberate upon without arts or systems to guide us, in the hearing of persons who cannot take in at a glance a complicated argument or follow a long chain of reasoning. Persuasion is achieved by the speaker's personal character when the speech is so spoken as to make us think him credible. We believe good men more fully and more readily than others. This is true generally whatever the question is, and absolutely true where exact certainty is impossible and opinions are divided.
Every art and every inquiry, and similarly every action and choice, is thought to aim at some good, and for this reason the good has rightly been declared to be that at which all things aim. The gods too are fond of a joke. The whole is more than the sum of its parts. The state comes into existence for the sake of life and continues to exist for the sake of good life. Even when laws have been written down, they ought not always to remain unaltered. For one swallow does not make a summer, nor does one day, and so too one day, or a short time, does not make a man blessed and happy. In poverty and other misfortunes of life, true friends are a sure refuge. The young they keep out of mischief, to the old they are a comfort and aid in their weakness, and those in the prime of life they incite to noble deeds. Some animals are cunning and evil disposed, as the fox, others, as the dog, are fierce, friendly, and fawning. Some are gentle and easily tamed, as the elephant, some are susceptible of shame, and watchful, as the goose. Some are jealous and fond of ornament, as the peacock. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsions, habit, reason, passion, desire. Poetry is finer and more philosophical than history, for poetry expresses the universal, and history only the particular. The virtue of justice consists in moderation, as regulated by wisdom. Man is by nature a political animal. Plato is dear to me, but dearer still is truth. He who hath many friends hath none. There was never a genius without a tincture of madness. Bad men are full of repentance. Different men seek after happiness in different ways and by different means, and so make for themselves different modes of life and forms of government. We must no more ask whether the soul and body are one than ask whether the wax and the figure impressed on it are one. Friendship is essentially a partnership. In a democracy the poor will have more power than the rich, because there are more of them, and the will of the majority is supreme. For as the eyes of bats are to the blaze of day, so is the reason in our soul to the things which are by nature most evident of all. Therefore, the good of man must be the end of the science of politics. Democracy arises out of the notion that those who are equal in any respect are equal in all respects, because men are equally free, they claim to be absolutely equal. No excellent soul is exempt from a mixture of madness. The wise man does not expose himself needlessly to danger, since there are few things for which he cares sufficiently, but he is willing, in great crises, to give even his life, knowing that under certain conditions it is not worthwhile to live. Both oligarch and tyrant mistrust the people, and therefore deprive them of their arms. Of all the varieties of virtues, liberalism is the most beloved. All men by nature desire knowledge. Bashfulness is an ornament to youth, but a reproach to old age. Temperance is a mean with regard to pleasures.